In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the direct attack, and specifically why you should be including it in your fencing and the situations that you could be using it for. The three actions we're going to be looking at in this video are going to be the marching attack, the lunge, and the flèche. Before we get started with our three actions, I want to first take a moment to explain the importance of using a direct attack in your fencing. So if I'm fencing Coach Isaac here, I can do a direct attack for two reasons right now. One, our distance is pretty close, so instead of just stepping in or doing an elaborate line change with my arm, I can simply just travel to the target and make the hit. So it's a very fast action. Direct actions are usually pretty explosive. So if I'm doing a step in, it's pretty fast in arriving. If I do a lunge, it's the same thing, it's pretty quick. Now, what is important is you are traveling from point A to point B. That is, I'm going to finish in the line I started. There are no feints, no disengagements. I'm not going to be doing any flicks or coupes. So, when you are using a direct attack, you're going to do it to either try and close distance as quickly as you can with your blade to the target, or you're trying to flesh out your opponent's weaknesses and strengths. So if they're static, they're not moving around as Coach Isaac is at the moment, I can see if he's responsive by just doing a direct attack. If he doesn't respond, I know the attack is effective. However, if he's going to parry it, at least now I am aware that it's not going to be an effective action, so I can start to explore something else. You can also use a direct attack as a feint, which is something we will explore a little bit later. So if I know now that he's going to be able to parry me, I can do a feint to one line change around. But the direct attack is very important because it allows you to apply an explosive action in a single line, traveling the shortest distance possible, blade first, without changing the line. Our first action, the marching attack, I want you to pay attention to two fundamental things. When you are making the hit and the distance required. Now, Coach Isaac is going to establish his attack to the inside line, and he's going to finish in the same line. Now, as you can see, he is outside of distance, so he's going to have to march forward to hit. But the second fundamental thing you're going to notice is that his touch is going to occur at the same time that his front foot arrives for the last step. Just like that. So he's hitting as his front foot arrives. Our second action is the lunge. Now, it's a little bit different from our marching attack, even though it is still a direct attack, as you are attacking from a little further away. It is no different, though, that you are establishing in a single line. You're not going to be doing any searching, you're not going to do any disengagements or coupes. You are simply going to finish in the line you establish your attack in first. So, what we're going to see here is Ali Zagada is going to establish her attack. We're just outside of distance. So she's probably going to have to take at least one advance forward, but you're going to notice that the hand is going to initiate the attack, not the feet. So she takes one step in, and then launch. As you can see, the hand starts the action, and she's going to hit more or less at the same time as her foot arrives. You do not want your lunge to arrive first here, and then extend the arm, because just like in the march, your right of way, your attack ends with the arrival of the foot, not the blade. So again, let's have one more look at that. It's going to be one advance, hand goes first, and there's the lunge. So she established her attack in a single line, doesn't move the blade away, and finishes in the same line. The final action we're going to look at is our flèche, and it is perhaps the most explosive of the three actions we're exploring in this lesson. What I want you to notice, though, is that the flèche, with all its power, is probably the last option that you're going to use in your direct attack. If your marching attack and your lunge are all failing as a direct action, you're going to apply the flèche because it is both explosive and unexpected. It covers the distance very fast. Part of this speed, though, is associated with the fact that when you're extending, you're committing to the line that you're starting. It slows down the moment you start changing lines, doing cutovers and disengagements. So, what I want you to pay attention to in this is when Jason commits to his flèche, it is his hand that starts the action, he leans into it, and he's going to hit before his front foot lands in the crossover. He's going to pass the inside line, but the one thing that is constant is he does not change the line that he's starting his attack. So he's on guard. He's going to present his attack. He's going to use his hand first and lean into the attack. So as you can see, it's the hand first. He's hitting just as he's passing by, and he does not change his line. This is a very effective direct flèche, so there's nothing really remarkable here other than the fact that it closes distance between the tip and the target rapidly. Remember, when you're using the direct attack, you're doing so you can make the best of your attack in a single line. It's fast, it's direct, it does not change lines. It is very effective in closing the distance between your blade and your opponent's target.